The Chicago Bears are playing meaningful December football, and now, everything could change again. A defensive leader may return just in time for Green Bay, but the offense could take two painful hits. This matchup might define the Bears' season, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The Chicago Bears are preparing for one of the most important games of their season, and some major news has surfaced just days before their showdown with the Green Bay Packers. On the defensive side of the ball, help may finally be on the way. On offense, however, the picture is far less comforting. One of the Bears' most important defensive players has been working his way back from injured reserve after missing several weeks with a groin injury. His potential return could not come at a better time. The Bears are facing a Green Bay offense that thrives on physical football, especially in the running game, and having a dominant, athletic linebacker back in the middle could completely change the dynamic of this matchup. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want more Bears coverage like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for weekly updates. The Bears have survived without him, winning 3 of their last 4 games despite his absence. Credit deserves to go to the players who stepped up, filling gaps and holding the defense together. Still, there's no replacement for a true difference maker. When this linebacker is on the field, the Bears' defense simply operates at another level. At 6'4" and over 250 pounds, he brings rare size paired with elite athleticism. He's big enough to take on offensive linemen in the run game, yet fast and fluid enough to drop into coverage and make plays downfield. Before his injury, he was in the middle of what looked like a career season. Even after missing multiple games, he's still hovering near the top of the league in total tackles. He was averaging close to double-digit tackles per game before getting hurt, and had already made a major impact in coverage with multiple interceptions. His ability to read quarterbacks, close space quickly, and disrupt passing lanes has become a defining feature of this defense. That skill set is especially important against Green Bay. Their offense leans heavily on a powerful running back who excels at breaking arm tackles and punishing undersized defenders. Without a strong presence in the middle, those runs can quickly turn into chunk plays. With this linebacker back, the Bears suddenly have a much better chance to control the line of scrimmage. There's also the matter of how he fits within the defensive scheme. This system has unlocked his full potential. He's not just asked to plug gaps, he's allowed to roam, disguise coverages, and use his athletic traits to confuse quarterbacks. The result has been smarter football, faster reactions, and more impact plays. That said, caution is still necessary. Rushing a player back from a soft tissue injury is risky, especially with meaningful football ahead. The Bears don't just need him for one game, they need him healthy if they're going to make noise in January. If he's truly ready, his return could be season-changing. If not, patience may be the smarter move. Still, the mere possibility of his return sends a message. The Bears are gearing up for a serious push, and reinforcements are arriving right when they're needed most. While the defensive news brings optimism, the offense faces uncertainty, particularly at wide receiver. One of the Bears' top pass catchers is dealing with a lingering foot injury that has clearly affected his performance. What started as a manageable issue earlier in the season has gradually worsened, and now the team is openly considering whether shutting him down is the best option. This is a difficult decision, but also a responsible one. He's a young, talented receiver with a bright future. Early in the season, he was on fire, winning contested catches, running sharp routes, and becoming a reliable target in key moments. Statistically, he still leads the team in receiving yards, but numbers don't tell the full story. Over the past several weeks, the signs have been impossible to ignore. The explosiveness isn't the same. Routes lack the same precision. Drops have crept in. After plays, he often looks uncomfortable getting back to his feet. Playing through pain may sound admirable, but it comes at a cost. Cold weather, frozen turf, and constant cutting put enormous stress on foot injuries, especially for wide receivers who rely on sudden bursts and sharp breaks. Continuing to push him could risk long-term damage, something no team wants for a cornerstone player. From a coaching perspective, protecting a player from himself is sometimes necessary. Competitive athletes want to be on the field, but the bigger picture matters more. If resting now improves his chances of being effective later, especially in a potential playoff run, then patience becomes the smarter strategy. Stat-wise, the season has been a roller coaster. A large portion of his touchdowns came early, before the injury worsened. Since then, production has dipped. The film reflects what the numbers suggest. He's not moving freely. The Bears aren't short on offensive options. Other receivers, tight ends, and running backs can shoulder more responsibility in the short term. There's no reason to risk the long-term health of a key player when alternatives exist. If the decision is made to shut him down temporarily, it may frustrate fans, but it would likely be the right call. As if one injury concern wasn't enough, the Bears may also be without another dynamic wide receiver this weekend. This rookie has been one of the most exciting surprises of the season. Slipping in the draft despite first-round talent, he arrived with a chip on his shoulder, and he's played like it. Game after game, he's shown toughness, fearlessness over the middle, and the ability to stretch defenses vertically. Unfortunately, an ankle injury has now placed his availability in doubt. He was visibly hurt in the previous game and had to be helped off the field. While initial reports label him as day-to-day, injuries like this can be unpredictable. The team will likely monitor him closely throughout the week before making a final call. His absence would hurt, especially against Green Bay. When these two teams last met, he was a major problem for the Packers' defense. He consistently created separation, picked up yards after the catch, and punished coverage mistakes. His presence forces defenses to stay honest, opening space for others. Statistically, he's been incredibly efficient. Catching the majority of his targets, averaging strong yards per reception, and producing nearly 500 receiving yards as a rookie, he's quickly earned trust within the offense. Losing both the second and third receiving options in the same week would force the Bears to adjust their game plan significantly. That could mean more emphasis on the run game, heavier use of tight ends, and creative play calling to manufacture space. Still, the same principle applies: health comes first. If he's not ready, forcing him onto the field could lead to something worse. With better weather expected, the conditions may help, but only if his ankle is stable. The Bears have shown resilience all season. They've overcome injuries, adjusted on the fly, and found ways to win. At 10-4, they sit near the top of the NFC, playing their best football when it matters most. This game against Green Bay is about more than rivalry. It's about positioning, momentum, and belief. If the defense gets its leader back, and the offense adapts smartly to its challenges, the Bears have everything they need to compete and win. December football is back in Chicago. The stakes are real. And this team is proving it belongs right in the middle of the fight. Bear down.